Today's episode is brought to you by Zola. To start your free wedding website and also get $50 off your registry on Zola, go to zola.com/braincandy.
Hello, Susie!
Happy holidays to you.
Oh, did I sound like a baseball announcer?
I liked it, though, even though it's not baseball season.
That's right.
You know what?
Well,
we could, say that you were doing Santa.
Oh, okay. Oh, I would be different for Santa.
What would you do?
Hello, Susie!
You sound like Ross Geller's Christmas armadillo.
Oh, actually, you're probably right. That was not good.
That's so funny. Well, hello.
It's one of those things where, I'm better in my head than I am in real life, kind of like rollerblading.
That's not true. I think that you're a master of disguise with your voice.
Oh, well, sometimes. Only if I'm trying to pretend to be a weird Russian guy.
That is your best work. But
yeah,
I think you
best work. Estonian. That's what we decided.
I wonder what kind of Santa they have there. Probably somebody drunk. That's my interpretation.
Yeah. It's probably written into the fairy tales like they do.
Now that you're off school for a minute, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Does it make a difference in your emotional state?
No, because I just replace being busy with school stuff with busy with something else. Landon was like, okay, you're off school. Now remember how last time you were off school, all you did was run around like a crazy person and stay up till 2:00 in the morning doing Christmas decorations. Okay, well, we're not going to do that. So let's try to schedule some self-care. So he's like my
your life coach.
Yes, accountability coach.
Well, so what do you think you'll do then to recover from the semester?
Oh, probably absolutely none of that, and same old.
Decorations.
Yeah, decorations. I'm already thinking about what the next project is.
Here's what I want to know, because I saw that you went to Club 33 in Disneyland, which is super exclusive and mysterious.
Yes. Magical.
And I just want to know what the hell is going on in there. Is it like the Mason Club where you can't tell?
No, I feel like you can. And then some people were like, oh my God, don't post anything. They'll flag it and take it down. No, they told us that the only thing you couldn't take pictures of were people celebrities who were there.
Yeah.
And there weren't any, which is fine. I mean, except,
well,
host of the Brain Candy podcast.
Present company excluded.
Present company excluded. And that I couldn't take any in the bathrooms, which makes sense because who wants that? Even though the bathrooms, the best part.
Yeah, see, that's annoying to me. I love a bathroom selfie.
Right? And there was nobody in there. But every now and then somebody comes in to clean and I feel like they've got cameras and everything in Disneyland. They're watching you, I don't know, every move.
Yeah, for sure. Was it all it's hyped up to be, or is the hype the whole point?
No, it really is. It feels very exclusive to be at a place where you know that there are millions of people going in and out all the time, and they can't get into. Mm-hmm. It's the one of the most popular tourist destinations, but you can't get in right there. So that made it kind of cool. And the service is exceptional. The food was fantastic. I was really blown away. It was really perfectly executed.
Perfectly Disney.
Yeah. Perfectly Disney.
Is it also a nightclub though, or what?
They have a members lounge where how you can get in. Well, you have to have a membership or you have to be invited by somebody who is a member. They have to make you a reservation. Or I don't know, you get a code or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Landon handled that. Mm-hmm. And, then you get access to the restaurant, but there's one area that's a members-only lounge where you can only go if the member is with you. You're accompanied by that person.
Goodness, okay.
Yeah, and that's where, the secret magic is, I think.
You didn't go in
that's
there.
That's, the exclusive... you couldn't. I'm like that. I'm, not... I don't...
What if
the
they
member
do?
was
They
not
ask you
us.
at the door, what's your member number or something?
No, they have,
It's a secret handshake.
Yeah, there was a long check-in process. We waited. God. I don't know if that's part of it.
Right.
Or if that's just to add to the,
totally.
I don't know, whatever, So you're downstairs in this what looks like a hotel lobby, but very tiny, like a European hotel lobby. And they have like a little check-in counter, and then you wait in this like open atrium where they have like a pretty staircase and this beautiful tree. And I think sometimes the stairs are open, and that's how you walk up there, and it's all gorgeous and glamorous because it's like spiral staircase. But it was raining, so no staircase. We had to take the elevator.
Oh, wow.
Also beautiful. But
So beautiful.
it was. They made a big deal. Like, they gave us a whole little speech about the elevator and who designed it and all this.
Oh, my
it's very
God.
fancy. Like, everything is, like, super fancy and all that.
Okay.
So then you wait and you get, like, a cup of tea or some water and, like, warm hand towels. And then they have somebody escort you upstairs. And then they have somebody else escort you to your table. And it's, like, you know, all very formal.
It's a lot of escorting.
And, oh, my God, this is my favorite part, which I just want to start doing, like, at my house for people because I think it's the most adorable thing ever. But they had a purse cushion.
A purse cushion.
Yeah, this adorable little tuft that they brought out. It's kind of like a foot, like an ottoman that you'd put, or like, but tinier, like a little footstool.
On.
And it was for my purse. I was like, this is the cutest.
And was it on the floor or on a chair?
It felt like Little Miss Muffet should be sitting on this.
Oh, Lord. That is
I
so
loved it.
cute.
Yeah, I know. I was super into it. And Susie, you would have been into it.
Oh, yeah.
I know it.
I definitely would. I'm just trying to make sure I have the picture right. So it's on the
Yes,
floor,
okay, so
and it
imagine-
prevents your bag from being on the floor.
Yes,
Yeah.
and think old Victorian, like, you know those the legs of chairs that kind of curl
Yeah,
back
yeah,
and they
yeah.
look kind of like like that with a little rounded, not very well, you know, done, beautiful, like little striped, you know, kind of in that style of the little bakery. That's not bakery. What is it? Like it's like the what is that area that's right next to Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's like got the clam chowder, New Orleans, like the New Orleans like that kind of thing.
It sounds really great. It is all about the
so
details, isn't it?
It is, right? It's like
You're
like
gonna get some of
Parisian.
those-
Maybe that's the word I was looking for.
You're going to go on Etsy and go into like the purse. What do they call it? Purse something?
Purse. What do they call
Cushion?
it? A purse cushion. Yes. Would you like a purse cushion? And I was like, looked at Landon. And I was
Bet
like,
your
yes,
ass I
would.
do.
Yes, I would. And I was like, I'm not turning down anything. They could offer me anything right now. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'll take it.
Wow.
And then when it came out, I was like, okay, that's so much cuter than I thought it was going to be. Yes, I'll put my purse on that.
Dang, this sounds great.
And then your purse doesn't get messed up.
Right. They should also get like shoe cushions, and that way your Rothy's wouldn't get messed up.
Ooh. But you know what? If they did get messed up, whatevs, because you can just throw those bad boys in the wash and they come out bright as new.
That is such a good point. Rothy's are so cute. Have you guys gotten yours yet? I used to love the flat the best, but now I'm a sneaker girl all the way. Have you?
I need those
You
still.
have to get them, Sarah.
I know. I don't know what I'm waiting for.
They're
I
so
need to get the pointed
cute.
toe black shoes too. I should just order those for myself. Christmas present.
I got a defective milk at the store unbeknownst to me, and when I was moving it around my refrigerator, it spilled everywhere because it basically
No.
fell apart all over
Don't
my
cry.
Rothy's, and it was no problemo because I just threw them in the wash and they're good as new. But I mean, that would ruin most pairs of shoes if you got milk all over them.
Yes.
Anyway, if you're doing your holiday shopping and you're running around, you should grab a pair of Rothy's because they're stylish and they're comfortable and they're sustainable as well. They're like made out of plastic bottles, for Pete's sake. And it's just great for life on the go. They're classic, stylish, comfortable. They have a bunch of different styles. Like I said, sneaker is my new favorite. Meghan Markle was wearing them on her Australian tour, and now they're flying off the shelves. But you can still get yours. We love our Rothy's. We know you will too. Right now, Rothy's has an amazing deal for our listeners. Use code BRAINCANDY to get free shipping with no minimum. Free shipping, free exchanges, and returns on your Rothy's shoe. And trust me, you won't return them. Go to rothys.com, ROTHYS.com, and enter Brain Candy to get your new favorite flats and free shipping. No brainers, shoes that are comfortable, stylish, and sustainable, and free shipping. Get yourself a pair today. Rothys.com, promo code Brain Candy. Get the deal while it lasts.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Did you hear this story about... I'm like skeptical. I'm kind of an asshole about it.
Okay.
Frankie
I love that.
Muniz. Do you know Frankie Muniz from like Malcolm in
yeah.
the Middle? And he was now on recently, like Dancing with the Stars or Dancing with the Stars, one of the versions. And you know how they do like, what's your best year? And then you do a dance about it. Do you ever watch the show?
I did not know that because I am not familiar. But I see how they enjoy themes like that, so that doesn't surprise me.
So usually, like, the star will talk about, like, I was on growing pains or whatever. Right. And
so then we can, like, get to know them, and there's still a backstory, and now we have feelings.
Yeah, so Frankie Muniz did his, and he said this year was his most memorable because I think he's, like, engaged, and he's just feeling happy or whatever. But then he, like, kind of throws in this weirdness where... He says a lot of people would think Malcolm in the Middle would be like my most memorable time. But to be honest, I can't remember any of it because I've had 9 concussions and a bunch of mini strokes and I have no working memory.
What? He just threw that in there?
He did, but without enough explanation.
This seems... Oh, God. My instinct is to say drug-related, but I hate to be like that. I don't know why. I feel like it...
I think there's definitely something more to the story because...
Well, now I'm going to have to Google this. You didn't do any sort of deep diving and digging into this?
No. I just watched the video and just felt like, can I get some more info? Because it's not as if he can't remember anything. It's not amnesia. It's like he'll be like, yeah, my girlfriend writes down every day what we did because otherwise I'd forget. Like, and I'd hate to think, like, I forgot that I went to Australia with her. Come on.
Okay, what?
And it's not just about old memories. He's implying that it's also about current stuff. What is that? And
it just says, okay, so I just see here, quick search, google.com. Thank you. It just said that he has first concussion at age 7 while playing goalie in a soccer game. Okay. And then he had, like, during Pee Wee football and... He raced some cars in his early 20s, and he had 9 concussions.
Yeah, but what about those mini strokes? What's that from?
Oh, he suffers from TIAs.
What the hell is that,
though?
It's
like a temporary clot or blockage in the brain that can come after having head injuries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, at any rate, he basically can't remember being on Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Question mark. Whoa. It says by that, like he went to the ER, blah, blah, blah. By that point, I already had 9 concussions, but concussions don't usually correlate with TIAs. Oh. The doctors did every test. A lot of times TIAs, there's a small hole in the heart that causes it.
What?
Clots go to the brain, you have a mini stroke. I don't have that hole. Okay, he doesn't. He said he gave up trying to get answers. Ooh,
when he realized it was from his crack use.
Okay, what is that? What? I don't remember going to the Emmys. What? Okay, we've got questions. This is mysterious.
It is, and I need more. Like, what? How much can you remember and not remember? Is it all gone? Because that's amnesia. Come on.
No, TIAs. Those are like mini. It's almost like when you have a seizure.
Yeah. And
you wouldn't remember that brief period of time.
Yeah,
but that's weird that it's... Oh, my God. This is... Is he not going to... He's this freaking actor. Like, don't you have, like... That's really good health insurance.
I mean, his advice about it was...
Go to every neurosurgeon.
I liked his advice, which was that now he can live in the moment, and he doesn't care if he remembers it later. It's all about enjoying it at that time, which I think is really cool. But I was still like... What?
This is strange. He's like so young. Like TIAs are what my grandmother had when she was like 96.
Yeah, but then could she not remember like her whole years of her life as a result?
No,
that's
not
weird.
As a result. No, I wouldn't be because that's not how it would work. I don't think it wouldn't be like you don't when you lose memories, you don't lose like clusters of memories.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's not like it's either episode, like you either lose from in the back or you lose from here forward or you lose the short term or you lose the long term. It's not like, oh, I lost the memory of this moment and I lost the memory of this moment. There must have been something that happened during that time where he was having inability to form memories. So some damage in the hippocampus or the limbic system.
I'm super skeptical and cynical. I'm just like, I think he's overstating this problem.
And part of me thinks that maybe this is not like, I wonder if he's saying it's a TIA or if they've actually documented it to be that.
I don't think so, because he said in the interview, he goes, I haven't really asked doctors about it.
Okay. I think this is more a panic attack.
Oh.
I think this is stress related, especially because it happened at the Emmys. Like, I think when you go
when he's
into
under
like
high
this trauma
stress.
panic mode and you're under high stress, then what really does happen is you have the inability to form memories, because that's what they have. It's the fight, flight, or freeze.
Trauma, yeah.
Like, it's trauma.
Well,
So I think what he's dealing with is a trauma response, and there's some sort of like serious social anxiety going on.
Well, wait till he finds out he was on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my God, wait till he finds out he did a whole interview with Entertainment Weekly about his mysterious illness.
Right, and now we think he's a drug addict.
Yeah, I mean, now I don't think... Now I'm nixing the drugs thing, and now I think that this is more like social anxiety, and this is like a... but, you know, again, not a doctor, not even a freaking licensed therapist over here, just an amateur.
Yeah, we're just talking as humans, aren't we?
I just took my last final, so I'm like real cocky.
You're always cocky.
I know.
Who are we kidding?
Oh my God, that leads me into my something I have to talk to you about. Okay.
Hold that
Suze.
thought. We got to talk about something that's even more important, which is how everyone should be brushing their teeth with a Quip toothbrush.
Ooh. I didn't brush my teeth this morning.
You
I just
did
remembered that.
not. You have morning
I was
breath?
really rushing. Ooh, and now my mouth feels kind of weird.
Oh,
I
God,
think,
that's
ooh.
great. We might have
Hope
to
you have an
pause
extra
so she
toothbrush
can...
there, Suze.
Everybody that you're thinking of, like, what could I get them a little something extra that would be a great stocking stuffer? This was on Oprah's O list, so we know it's fantastic. Quip is an electric toothbrush that makes brushing better. It makes it more chic. It's easy to travel with. It mounts to your mirror. You can get all different colors. Best of all, though, is that it has these vibrations, so it tells you when to switch sides. And they send you refills on the heads every 3 months, which, as you know, I've turned into like a whole ritual of like cleansing. And it's my favorite part of owning it.
Yeah, you did tell me. You're like,
satisfying.
just wait till you get to clean it.
It changes everything. But it's such a great toothbrush, and it looks so great in your bathroom or easy to travel with. That's why we love Quip and why we think Quip is a great gift as well. And they have over 5,000 verified 5-star reviews, including one from Oprah. So what more do you want? Quip looks like a big-ticket tech gift with a stocking stuffer price starting at just $25. And if you go to getquip.com/braincandy, right now you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush, but you don't have to tell your giftee that. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/braincandy. I cannot wait to hear your story. Let's hear it.
Oh, you got me thinking that's how stocking stuffers are my favorite part of Christmas.
This is something I associate with you. How you had to,
stocking stuffers?
yeah, you told Landon, like, listen, buddy.
He better not mess it up this year.
Love stockings, and you like put deodorant and stuff in there. It's real weird.
I do, like, I don't know, I put everything, like, it's real fun. And then sometimes, you know, fun stuff. I did it for my brothers, put some poopery in there.
Poopery?
Yeah.
Tell me this story, I'm dying.
Okay. I am so equally fascinated. Okay. Oh my gosh. Let us see. I just want to hear your take. So, you know about the 5 big personality types?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So there's extroversion, openness to experience, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and what's the other one? Neuroticism.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that has been like the blueprint for personality types, you know, and people have been, but all studies that have ever been done are kind of limited with, like every study, with sample size and like collection method and all this stuff. Well, thanks to the internet, researchers at Northwestern were able to sample 1.5 million people for this study. and they categorized personality types and found out through narrowing them down first into, I think it was like 16 subgroups. And then from that, they determined that everybody fits into one of 4 categories now.
What?
Yeah. Okay. And this is, oh gosh, now I have to find the list of the exact 4.
That's a lot of people.
But wait till you hear
okay.
what they are. Oh my God. Wait, where did...
Why is it blowing your mind? Give me that info.
Because once you hear the last one, you're going to be like, oh gosh. Okay, so let me see. Okay, here they are. Okay, so you fall into one of these 4 categories. You're either average, right? That's what the majority of people fall into.
Okay.
This category of just regular.
Norms.
I knew you were going to love this.
That's hilarious.
Because you're like, all I want is for my kid to be average. Well, studies show chances are good.
Odds are
he's going to. It says average people are high in neuroticism and extroversion while low in openness.
Yes.
And this is the most common personality type.
Okay, I'm into it.
So neurotic, a little bit extroverted, but not very open to new things.
Okay, I'm into this. Go ahead.
Next, and this is 1.5 million people and freaking Northwestern University. These aren't just like, this isn't like that random college down the street who sampled their student body.
Right.
Okay, the next one is reserved. The reserved type is emotionally stable, but not open or neurotic. They're not particularly extroverted, but are somewhat agreeable and conscientious.
Okay.
I think your husband falls into this type.
Definitely.
Agreeable, conscientious, yes.
Stable,
Next,
yeah.
Yes, are role models. Role models score low in neuroticism and high in all other traits. They're good leaders, dependable, and open to new ideas.
Okay. I'm dying
and
about
the last
what the fourth one is.
Self-centered.
Oh my God. Once I heard the first 3, I'm like, well, I know I'm the 4th. What?
Self-centered people score very high in extroversion, below average in openness, agreeableness, and conscientiousness. So if you're not very open, not very agreeable, but very extroverted,
can you define conscientious, though, in that case?
Conscientious is like caring for others or putting others' needs before your own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think, that's more like, I think like a lot of us are I'm pretty high in the neuroticism.
Oh, so what do you think you are?
Oh, gosh. I think maybe, the best thing about this list and what it said is that character types, these are not fixed throughout life. And you can do things to change them. And how they know this is because, and what they used as the bar to test if this held up and this accounted for different like demographics and different genders and things like that, is they tested against groups that tend to be really highly self-centered. And the number one group, what do you think the group is that's the highest, most self-centered group?
You mean like group, like is it women, men, white people?
Yeah, like age, we're talking gender and age group.
Women. Oh, no, wait, I'm changing that. That's a really hard question.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is so fun.
I guess white men. That's what we'll always say. But what is it?
Well, it's good. You're close. It's teenage boys.
Oh,
they're the most...
Those assholes.
Yeah. So they tested against teenage boys who tend to rate the most self-centered, and sure enough, it works. And they're the group that's most...
Where did you read this? I am so obsessed and need more.
Okay, I read it at... the link came up in some sort of psychology, thing that I get subscribed to.
We'll put it in the newsletter.
I'll put the newsletter in because I have a YouTube video about it.
Okay.
So Northwestern is doing a whole thing on it. So you can go to news.northwestern.edu and it'll take you right there. But I'll also link... I'll send it to Delia right in this second. I have a YouTube video that's by the researchers that talk all about this and what it means and the test and how these things play out. And Conscientiousness, the tendency to be careful, on time for appointments, to follow rules, and to be hardworking.
Yeah, because that's I identify most with that trait, but I that doesn't fit with the self-centered thing, which most reality.
So what
people
are?
would be.
I feel like you and I are like high on conscientiousness, high on extroversion. Sometimes, yes, we are.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm high on agreeableness.
But
do you feel like you're high on agreeableness?
No, I'm the opposite of agreeable. That's why I'm saying I fit the self-centered one, except for I am conscientious. I'm always on time. I'm very hardworking. All that.
Yeah. See, it feels like there's like.
But the fact that we keep wanting to talk about ourselves probably means we're in the
No joke. I know. I'm like, all I want to do is talk about me. That's like awful. What is that about? And like it didn't, how we always talk about how like, well, not always, but in the past we've discussed how sometimes reality television can be bad for people who are on the narcissistic side because it validates all of their like delusions
they think they're
of grandeur.
special, yeah.
And, I feel like we went ahead and did that with 270 episodes.
Oh, yeah. This is
I'm not even
episode
mad about
281.
it,
I should have said
sorry,
that.
not sorry.
Well, if anyone else is interested in this subject, I really do recommend, and I've mentioned this book recently as well. It's called The Personality Brokers. I don't know how to say the author's name. I think it's Merv Emery. But it's The Strange History of the Myers-Briggs and the Birth of Personality Testing. It's just a really deep dive into the history of this study of personality and how it's Carl Jung's sort of the father of it, and how it's been marketed now as this weird money-making kind of like scheme almost. But we all have this urge to know more about ourselves, so it really plays into like the kind of ugliness of humanity in a way.
You know who the research was funded by was one gift from like a private family. I met Mac and Leslie McQuan. I don't know who they are. But the other people who supported it, the Department of Defense and Army Research Office and the National Science Foundation.
Interesting.
Right? And I really like that Northwestern added who funded it. And that's interesting. I feel like those are two... Like the National Science Foundation and the Department of Defense and Army Research Office. That sounds like there's something to this.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I look forward to reading watching the full video or whatever, because that's like...
Dude.
I don't know. 4.
Do you think this is a way... Okay. Ooh. I'm going to go and get all Black Mirror on you right now.
Okay.
Do you think that this is a way... Like, how everything's about data collection... And you can tell by a person's shopping habits and what they look for and what they research and what they're reading and all this stuff. You can pick up personality traits and you can look at things like extroversion and openness and things like that. And do you think this is almost a way of categorizing and sorting people to then be able to say, this is what we're going to market to these people. This is the kind of news we're going to derive to these people. What the actual F? That could be really... I mean, I don't think I'm off base with saying that.
No, it could... All things like this could be used towards bad ends. That's for sure.
I mean, if they're marketing me like feminine hygiene products in and around my period...
Right.
Like,
they know
why
what's
wouldn't
up.
they be able to... Yeah. Why wouldn't they be able to like do...
Well, I noticed
Department of Defense and Research Office.
Speaking of feminine stuff, I noticed you were using the HERS site to buy some BC birth control.
Oh, I'm on it right now. Just took it this morning, keeping consistent with taking it at the same time every day. Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
No. First, I have to say it comes in an adorable hologram pouch that makes it really fun. And it also is bright and shimmery, and I don't forget.
See, that's the thing. I was impressed watching you sign up for it, because the HERS site allows you can get anti-aging skin products, you can get birth control, you can get stuff for libido. They have really awesome stuff. But watching you do it and how easy it was for you to just like...
So simple.
As compared to going to your doctor.
Well, and then the doctor emailed me and he's like, hey, would you like to try these? And I was like, the one that has worked for me in the past was this one because I like how it does these symptoms. And he was like, cool. No problemo. Based on your health record and everything, this is fine. And if you need any help and blah, 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 and please call this. And the response was like shorter than what I would have waited in the freaking waiting room.
It's so simple.
And that would have been 2 appointments.
Yes. And now, like, I got the skin stuff because I want to try the anti-aging. I need all the help I can get. But they have this stuff for if you have a lower libido, which so many women struggle with this. It's called Addyi, Addyi. It's an FDA-approved drug for low libido.
That's recently came out.
Am I pronouncing it right?
I don't know, but I know that we've talked about this in class, and this is like
it's
fantastic
on the front
for women.
end. Yeah. It's so easy. You just go on, you give your medical history, and like in my case, I had to do a selfie to show my skin. But it's so easy. And if you, our listeners will get free shipping on hers by going to forhers.com/braincandy7 right now while supplies last. So you can see the website for full details, but go to forhers.com/braincandy7. That's forhers.com/braincandy7, forhers/braincandy7. It is such a great site because who has time to go to the doctor all the time, you know?
Nobody.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No way.
Give it a try. Go check out what they have. You'll love it. Anyway, that personality stuff is freaky.
Yeah.
You know what?
There were so many people that were tested.
This is also freaky. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm being mean about it. Are you familiar with umbilical cord jewelry?
Oh, hell to the motherfucking no. That's no. No. Here's the rule. If it falls off your body, it's not supposed to be on your body. There's the rule. You don't puke and save it. You don't take shit and save it.
Sarah, people are going to be so mad. That's going to be next.
Why?
Why? Because they want to celebrate how the umbilical cord is the way that you nourish your baby when it's in your womb. So it's a life source, right? So like,
I think there are other ways to celebrate it than wearing it.
So
no.
To people who don't know what it is, when you have a baby and the baby has an umbilical cord stump attached to its belly button for about 3 weeks after it's born, and then it just sort of scabs over and falls off naturally. And what a lot of women are doing, and this is like a lot of women, they are saving it when they find it's fallen off, and then they're getting it made into like a necklace that they wear.
Okay, this is a little different than what I envisioned. I was thinking they were taking the whole cord and drying it out like some kind of snake skin and turning that into some sort of like... I really did. I was like, is it like an animal hide where now they're like braiding it? I was picturing something very different.
Like a snake skin, she said.
I was thinking it's like an empty and like that. It's a thick membrane.
Oh my God.
You can that would like dry. Like I just had a different mental image. Now, here's where I draw the line is like with wearing it. Like, I don't think that, because it doesn't, I don't think like, outward displays are a way to, like, you have to think of what's the intention behind it.
Yeah.
Like, if your intention is, I would really like people to ask me about this so then I can go on a 15-minute rant about femininity and how we need to be honoring the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Then that's not, then you need to do that in a different way, I think. Or whatever.
Well,
but, like, be honest about why you're doing it.
I will say
if
they aren't ugly. They're pretty.
Save it. Like, because I'm all about saving things. Like, I have a feeling I'm going to save, like, my baby's first teeth that fall out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all about that. I'll save the umbilical cord. I'll save a piece of hair and everything. But I'll keep it in a little memento box tucked away for, like, just me, not to, like, share with the world. I don't know.
Well,
that's, like, a weird one
One thing that's really...
Don't at me.
No, they will, though. Because they'll give you all the reasons why, for them, it was important.
Also, I'm not a mother. As soon as I have a baby, just like I said I would be, like, not neurotic, and then I, like, freaked out about nail polish. I will... 100% chance I will go back on 99% of everything I say. I'll be crazy. I'll do weird shit. I'll like, who knows? So this is being like, I am not ovulating right now. So there's like no baby
Yeah, you're not feeling it. I mean,
No.
this for me falls under the category of not my cup of tea, but like whatever you want to do, I don't really care. But they actually are not ugly. If you didn't know what they were, it wouldn't freak you out. And I think one thing that they liked about it, the people that bought them, is that they're all different. So if you have different kids, all of them look different when they're put into the jewelry. And so it's kind of beautiful that whatever. And that women do work their butts off when they're pregnant. And so they want to kind of have a memento that says, this is the thing that kept my baby alive for, 40 weeks or whatever.
Okay, I'm softening.
But I do find it a little gross. I'm not going to lie.
It's just, I'm just like, keep the body stuff that you lose.
By the way, I read a follow-up, just came through my feed. Remember how we were just talking about cannibalism and like how you want to eat babies alive?
Yeah.
And how there's that thing in you where you're like, I just want to eat you.
Yep. I gotta bite your little leg.
There's a name for it. It's called cute aggression.
Oh my God.
And it's, according to a study that was done, that feeling of just like overwhelming pleasure when you see like a kitten or a puppy or a baby or whatever, like the parts of the brain that light up are like the reward center, the pleasure centers. And then the feelings of violence are the brain's way of getting you back down to real life, to like neutralize the overwhelming love.
Oh my gosh. So it's like you're so flooded with feelings of love and joy. It's like, whoa. Chill the fuck out.
Exactly.
Feel like you need to bite this baby.
Yes. What? And they call it cute aggression. And we all felt that. So it makes sense.
Oh my God. It does. And you know what? That does feel like it gets me down to... Yeah. It like grounds me. What the hell?
The body or the brain especially, is something that never ceases to amaze me.
Susie, it's like you keep tossing the basketball up in the air and I'm just dunking it because the next story I wanted to talk about is I wanted to ask you when you think consciousness ends.
Oh my God, I think about this all the time.
Like, when is it lights out, we're unconscious and not aware anymore?
Remember how I told you this is a big debate in Eastern culture, and how they're like not sure when to cremate people because they're like, I don't know if they're really dead. It's not, they don't go by like the heartbeat thing. Gosh, I really don't know, Sarah. Do you have the answer? Because that would be really helpful.
You know what? I don't have the answer, unfortunately, or else I would be like, collecting millions somewhere and writing books. But there are two studies recently that are listed in this article that's talking about conscientiousness and when it ends. One study that found they asked people who had cardiac arrest, went into cardiac arrest, and then were resuscitated. And of like 3,000 people that they had found, I think it was something like 300 plus had lived through it and have memories of what happened.
I love these stories.
At this time, like a significant amount of people had memories that were very clear of things that happened while it was like, they were on the table and after their heart had stopped beating.
Exactly.
So that's how they were able to measure this, because their heart was kaput.
Yeah. Flatlined.
Yes. Yeah. It says so, like, it seems that after 3 minutes, the heart, after the heart wasn't beating, that the brain was still active and was still doing stuff in there.
That is a long time.
And then there was another study that happened last year that suggested that 10 minutes after death, there still are genes in our body that continue to function. And they said the causes of this were unknown. Like, the study they weren't kind of inconclusive about like why this was, but there was still brain activity that happened up to 10 minutes after people had been,
that's shocking. That's a long time.
What do they call it? Like when they call it, like when they say Pronounced
Declared
dead. That's
yeah.
the word. Yes, pronounced dead. And so it says evidence suggests that perhaps our brains don't completely shut down as quickly as we thought. And then it's just like all those other articles that we read. That's it. It's like still the mystery. But it makes you wonder, you know.
Well,
like,
yeah. And if
what's
go ahead.
happening in there?
Yeah, I do. I am fascinated by it. And it's limited because the people that actually end up dead, we can't get the scoop from them. So we rely on these near-death experiences, which are, of course, imperfect because they survived. But we do read a lot of articles about it, and a lot of them are in the New Yorker. Don't forget about that.
Yes.
We love the New Yorker. I've been really into them this year, of course, because of all the amazing work that they've done with the Me Too movement. I mean, they won, like Ronan Farrow won the Pulitzer for his work exposing.
Yep.
And I just wanted to encourage people to check them out because it's a little bit of everything. Like they have people, a lot of people probably know their cartoons because they're so cool. And they now have this crossword that I love doing. But they have everything from like politics to pop culture to literature. They've even had poetry and really just something for everyone. And they have such a good deal going right now. So I just want to encourage people to, you know, take advantage of the best writing anywhere, everywhere, and the features that they have, the humor, blah, blah, blah. You get it. Don't wait. Go to newyorker.com/braincandy. Listeners of our podcast get 50% off when they enter code BRAINCANDY. With this special offer, you'll receive 12 issues for $6. Plus, get the exclusive New Yorker tote bag, which I carry around all the time. You can choose between print, digital, or a combo. Print plus digital subscriptions. Subscribe to the New Yorker and read something that means something. That's 12 issues for $6. I cannot emphasize that enough. And a free tote bag when you go to newyorker.com/braincandy.
That's like deal of the century.
Remember it must have been 100 episodes ago. We were talking about near-death experiences and how like some hospitals put secret things on top shelves so that if you are floating out of your body and then come back, they'll ask you like, did you see anything?
Yep.
And we're still waiting to hear like if anybody actually, that's been unsuccessful
But I've had
so far.
out of body experiences. I had
What did
one
those
very
like?
I had one very like I knew what was happening and I knew it was happening and then I get scared and like go back in. It's like it's kind of like,
can you see yourself below?
No, I couldn't see myself, but I was very aware of everything in the room. But it wasn't like, okay, so how it first started, and I probably have shared this on here before, but it was a million episodes ago. So I'm laying in my bed, and it's like in that halfway between awake and sleep. Must have been like really early in the morning or late at night. And I felt like a buzzing in my whole body. Like it started to... And I remember being really warm and like nice and toasty warm. And the buzzing felt like it was like taking over my body. And I kind of just like surrendered to that buzzing. And it felt like my body was like on drugs. Like it was like very tingly. And there was like a sound, like a buzzing sound that kind of like took over, I guess, my felt like everything. And then it felt like I rolled out of my body. Like it was like almost like you're, you know, like doing a steamroller move. And you just, I rolled out and then I could see everything in the room. Oh my God, I could remember this like it was yesterday. I could see every single thing in the room very, very clearly. But the outline was kind of like, you know, in in Dumbo when they have the pink elephants on parade and they're just the neon outlines of the elephants.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that scene?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like a neon outline, like a little buzzy line that outlined everything. So everything didn't have a very particular, like, it wasn't like I saw things in like a 3-dimensional way, like how I'm looking at things right now, or 3-dimensional. It was like a buzzy, fuzzy outline of like, this is where something that takes up space and matter is, you know? And it was very... And then I was like, I felt myself like overcome with like laughter. And I like I remember myself like starting to laugh because it like I felt very like strange, but also enjoyable.
Joyful, yeah.
And also, joyful. Like, oh, wow. But then I got kind of scared because I was like, maybe I'm going crazy because this is insane. And I felt like I got sucked back in, almost as if like you did like an explosion in reverse. Like if you played a video of an explosion but played it backwards and you went like and like got sucked back in, that's what it felt like. It felt like I existed in that whole room and I wasn't just a person or like a solid thing. I was like space. And then all of a sudden I got sucked back into my body. And then I woke up and I remember like laughing and then being overwhelmed with like, holy shit, what was that? And I had no idea about any of that. And then I looked up buzzing while sleeping, and all of this came up about out-of-body experiences. And I was like, holy shit, that's exactly what happened to me. So I researched it after I felt it.
How many times have you had that?
Twice. The other time was when I was on my honeymoon, and I listened to one of those audio tracks to induce it, like the binaural beats or whatever. However you pronounce it.
Yep.
I always pronounce it wrong. But I listened to that, and I induced it, and I felt like it was too much too fast, and it kind of scared me.
Yeah.
Like I went to that place where I had like sleep paralysis.
Oh, I remember
where I was
that.
like screaming, but I couldn't move, and it was so uncomfortable. And I was like, shit, I messed with fire, and I got burned.
Wow.
So I was like, fuck, you got to do it.
You're
like
highly susceptible to suggestion too. So like you really open up your mind.
And all that.
Yeah.
I can clear out, some space in my mind pretty. I think it's just because I have a really active imagination and I can kind of get that to like, I just think about things and I can like feel my brain thinking.
Well, I'm jealous.
Like
I want to do
where in
it.
my brain it is. I think you could just practice.
All right.
That's what they say. And make,
I mean, what's the
Listen
advantage, though? What do you think it helps you in any way?
Ooh, well,
is it calming or something?
One of the articles in that the brain article that with the conscientious stuff that linked me to another article on these Buddhist monks that were studied who report having something similar to a near-death experience, which is kind of like an out-of-body experience, and they say that it talked about how they can like separate the self from everything. Like, so they're less, it's like a ego death, like where you're more connected to each living thing. And
I'm into that. That's what Bill Hicks said he had when he did like shrooms or something.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Well, and that's this difference between like doing it en natural and doing it with drugs. Like, you can get to the top of the mountain multiple ways. Sure. You can climb a mountain or you can take the tram. And I think the drugs are like taking the elevator up or taking the fast way up. And I think you miss a lot of the journey. I think you miss a lot of like what can be learned along the way on future mountains you climb. But you can get to the top. And so, that's my take on psychedelics and out-of-body experiences and blah, blah, blah. So that's what I think is to be gained.
Then I think that it's high time that I brought it down to low-hanging fruit, which is about how they found a 500-year-old skeleton in London that was wearing thigh-high leather boots.
Get out of town! They do say it's the oldest profession.
It was a man, though.
What? Oh, okay. I love this. Now that's what I'd like to see. Like, wouldn't it be nice? Imagine everybody's husband that you know in thigh-high leather boots, and all of us like, yes,
yes,
it,
queen,
bro.
Well, they suspect, of course, that because this was in a riverbed, it was probably like waders, essentially. He was probably a fisherman using them for that
That's
purpose.
Exactly what it was.
But it's so cool because this 500-year-old skeleton, like I guess it's leather, stayed intact. So it's like the skeleton is still wearing them.
Oh my God. I want to see that picture. That's cool.
Awesome. And, everyone's doing these tweets like, because the name of the article was like, 500-year-old skeleton found wearing thigh-high leather boots, and people would write like, me waiting for you to tell me whether you're going to come out on a Saturday night. But I just love it.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then also, I feel like we need to mourn well, you know what? Let me talk about this first. Let me talk about if you happen to be getting married. I wanted to remind you guys to try Zola, which is the wedding company that will do anything for love. They've reinvented the wedding planning and registry experience to make you the happiest couple because everything's easier and it's better for your guests. So what they have is a system where you can just have everything in one place. You can plan your wedding. You can get saved the dates and invitations. They have a registry that's easy to use, and they have awesome planning tools for people. Because I think planning a wedding can really be overwhelming. And, well, I know that. And
I was like,
and this is a free wedding website that you can use, and they have hundreds of beautiful wedding website designs to choose from so you can personalize your page. People can get group gifts. They can go together and get you stuff. They can do, like, subscriptions for you. But the save the dates and invitations are really cool because they have tons of options that you can choose from and themes and things like that. And you can go to their website to start your free wedding website or registry on Zola. Go to zola.com/braincandy. That's ZOLA.com/braincandy. Just go there, start your website and registry, and then you get a discount on stuff afterward, 20% off on the remaining gifts on your registry when your wedding's over and maybe people didn't get you everything. You can, get a deal on the remaining stuff.
That's the best. Just fill it with everything and then you could just get it.
But I say all that because it reminded me this story. I'm mourning the end of a relationship between the 300-year-old pirate ghost and his beloved bride.
Do they need a we're getting divorced cake?
I mean, if those two kids can't make it, who can? If you can't make it work with a ghost?
Their relationship sank. You're welcome.
Boy, when you're not in school, Sarah, you are on it.
Yep. There you go, people. That's a breakfast joke.
The Irish woman who married that 300-year-old ghost pirate says they split up. And the article was so funny because it said it's a real, kick in the teeth for him because he was executed for thieving 300 years ago. I mean, it's really, he can't catch a break, basically.
I mean, how long do you have to pay, like, alimony if you're undead?
Undead. Yeah, because I bet he has a lot of
till
booty.
Death do we part, but
mm-hmm. So maybe they didn't use Zola.
By the way, I said it was a breakfast joke because it was the most important joke of the day.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure people understood that because they were probably like, it's not a breakfast joke, it's a pirate joke. And then I'd have to be like, no.
I'm so sorry that I didn't get it, Sarah.
Oh, it's okay. Sis, you laugh plenty hard at other jokes. And I was reaching. That's what happens when you're...
By the way...
self-centered.
This loogie that I have in my throat is driving me crazy, but I found out recently because you don't have tonsils, you really can't hawk up a loogie.
Suze, I'm so glad that you brought this up so that somebody maybe out there can go, yes, this is a real thing, and I understand, I feel your pain. I know that it's because I can't get enough, like, traction for it to, like...
Definitely. It's terrible.
And I can't. It's, like, stuck there, and it's really freaking uncomfortable. And it's like a kid, like babies, before they learn how to do that, and they, like, choke on their own, like, mucus. Do you know of this?
Yeah.
How, like, babies can't clear their throat, so they're like, oh. That's what I'm like all the time. And, like, when it's the allergy season.
Yeah.
And, like, I just make this awful noise that sounds like a cat trying to cough up a fur ball.
I mean, it's, like, really intense talking.
You know why it sounds like that? Because Landon is the one who's trying to teach me how to do this.
Yeah.
And so I'm just mimicking the noises he makes. And that's probably not even what I'm supposed to do, but I'm just trying to sound like him. And I can't do it to save my life. And so I'm always envious when you're able to do that.
Yeah, just get it up. Get it up. But keeping with the sort of wedding theme, there was this viral, oh my God, I love these. Where like bridezillas, you know, this lady
God.
sent out an email to, I guess, all of her guests, and she wanted to organize like one of those choreographed dances that some people like to have at their wedding. And then, so she was assigning people different things to wear, but it was based upon weight. So
What
like
do
if
you
you were a
mean?
woman from 100 to 150 pounds, you were told to wear like bright colors and this scarf and all this stuff. But if you were over 150, you had to wear all black. And
Why?
because clearly she's fat phobic or whatever and thought,
What is that about? That is crazy.
and then there were different weights for the men too. Like anyone up to 200 pounds could wear like camouflage, ugly crap. And then all the men over that weight had to wear black. And then they had to bring another outfit that they had to wear for like after the dance. They had to look great. And she told them they had to at least spend $1,000 on their outfit. And they all had to wear Christian Louboutin shoes.
What? $1,000 on their outfit?
Yes. And she was like,
Listen,
Yeah.
there are two things. There's okay. The statement, you have to spend $1,000 on the outfit, and the description of the outfit or option of the outfit being camouflage are two things that don't exist in the same universe.
well, so that outfit was separate. Like you had to spend $1,000 on the good outfit that you put on after the dance routine.
What?
Like, you know,
Now who is this woman?
it's terrible. And somebody posted it on Reddit. And
Dude, she's the actual worst.
the actual worst. How does she even have that many friends? This was, by the way,
my
submitted
God.
by a brainiac named M. M, thank you for sending me this story because it's hilarious and terrible, and I love it.
Oh my
I
God.
don't understand how someone gets to that point in their life, though, where they actually, first of all, have enough friends when they're such a terrible person, and then feel like they are that important that they can tell people what to do and be fat shaming, etc.
Where do people I felt guilty having to
Just having people be bridesmaids is a lot to ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be like, I need you to get this dress in like this color, but like whichever style you want, just this color, whatever. You know, trying to be accommodating. Like this is crazy. And to ask people to spend money, like any dollar amount, is insane. If you want them to like spend a specific dollar amount, guess what? You're spending that dollar amount on them.
Right.
I feel like people should have the option of doing absolutely nothing, and it would be fine.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think the whole wedding thing is a part of this thing we talk about with the pictures and the social media stuff. It's even worse than it used to be, and it's always been bad.
It's bad. Afterwards, I wish I would have. There's so many things I would have done different.
Oh, I loved your wedding.
Well, yeah, I know. It was freaking awesome. But I don't remember shit, and I feel like we could have saved like 50% of that. And the stuff that I really do enjoy doing, I outsourced, and I felt like, what the fuck? I wish I would have done that.
Good point.
I wish I would have done all of my own flowers. Like, those are the kind of things that, like, you know, you have to find what matters to you.
Yeah, you're right.
And you have to do that, whatever that is. If you don't give a crap about any of that stuff and what matters to you is family, then spend all the money on, you know, forget all that other bullshit and spend stuff on so you can have 3 days with your family or whatever it is.
I agree.
Allocate funds towards your values.
I agree. I think we've learned a lot
Suze.
today.
I love when you say that. It's like music to my ears.
I think that's all for now, but just keep getting in the holiday spirit. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star review, please, and subscribe.
Yes, that is my favorite Christmas present.
Yes. All right. Well, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.